48 teams, 3 countries, 1 trophy, and a format so different from anything before it that even lifelong soccer fans are confused right now. This summer's World Cup isn't just bigger, it's a completely different puzzle. More teams, more games, more chances for chaos, and one sneaky rule that could send a team home even after they win. So here's the plan. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how a team gets from Game 1 to lifting the trophy in New Jersey. No soccer degree required. Let's start with the obvious change. For the last several tournaments, the World Cup had 32 teams. Now it has 48. That's not a small bump. That's an entire extra tournament's worth of countries showing up. Why? Well, in theory, it's about giving more nations a shot at the world stage. In practice, it's also about money. More teams means more games, more broadcasts, more tickets sold across 3 host countries. FIFA didn't do this out of pure sportsmanship. But hey, more soccer is more soccer. Here's where it gets interesting. Those 48 teams get split into 12 groups of 4. This part is exactly like the old format. Each team plays the other 3 teams in its group once. Win, lose, or draw, everyone plays 3 games total before anything gets decided. This sounds simple. It isn't. Because here's the twist that trips people up. It's not just the top 2 teams from each group who move on. Normally, you'd expect the top 2 from each group to advance, and that's true. Those spots are locked in. But this format also rescues 8 extra teams. The 8 best third-place finishers across all 12 groups also sneak through to the next round. Think about that for a second. You could finish dead last in your actual matches within your group, well, 3rd out of 4, and still keep playing. Meanwhile, a team that finishes 3rd in a brutal group full of powerhouses might get eliminated purely because their group was tougher. It's not always fair. It's definitely not boring. So how do they decide which 8 third-place teams get the golden ticket? It comes down to points first, then goal difference, then goals scored. Basically, FIFA is comparing performances across 12 completely different groups and trying to rank them like it's one giant leaderboard. You know the type of stats nerd who loves this stuff? FIFA's rulebook was clearly written by one. This is also why the final round of group games matters so much. Teams aren't just watching their own scoreboard. They're watching every other group at the same time, doing math in real time, hoping some random result 3 time zones away doesn't wreck their chances. Once the dust settles, 32 teams remain, and that's when the tournament changes personality completely. Up until now, draws were fine. A tie meant everyone walked away with a point and moved on with their lives. Not anymore. Starting at the round of 32, it's win or go home. Every single match has to produce a winner. If the game is level after 90 minutes, they play extra time. Still tied? Penalty kicks decide it. No mercy, no rematches, no participation trophies. This is brand new, by the way. A round of 32 has never existed at a men's World Cup before. It's an entirely new knockout stage, squeezed in specifically because there are more teams than ever needing to be trimmed down. From there, it's the bracket you already know. Round of 16, quarterfinals, semifinals, a 3rd-place game nobody really wants to play in. And finally, the final itself. Here's a fun side effect of all this expansion. The 2 teams that make it all the way to the final will have played 8 matches total. That's 1 more game than finalists have ever played in World Cup history. So by the time we crown a champion, that team will have earned it through the longest gauntlet the tournament has ever demanded. So let's zoom back out. 48 teams, 12 groups, a wild 3rd-place lifeline that can save you or leave you devastated depending on how the math shakes out. And then a ruthless, single-elimination sprint to the final. It's messier than the old format. It's also more dramatic because now there are more paths to heartbreak and more paths to a miracle run nobody saw coming. Here's the real question heading into this tournament. With 8 extra lifelines up for grabs, will we see more Cinderella stories than ever before? Or will the big powers simply figure out how to game the math? We're about to find out. If you want to actually understand every group, every storyline, and every upset as it happens, this is exactly the channel for that. Hit subscribe and let's watch this new era of the World Cup unfold together.